Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. In today's video, I'm going to share the 2 garments I made for the hashtag SewFrugal23 challenge. Now, the reveal date for the challenge on Instagram is only at the end of this month, so on the 31st, and I will post pictures of my finished garments on Instagram on the 31st, but I thought I would share a little bit of how the whole process went for these 2 free patterns, just to kind of loop back around from my plans video, which I put out at the beginning of this month. Now, if you watched that video, you'll know that I had plans to make 5 woven tops from free patterns. I ended up making 1 of them, and I didn't even make it for me. I made it for my daughter. And the other free pattern was one that wasn't even on my radar as part of this challenge. And the reason for that is I ran into a couple of issues. The first was fit for me. These free patterns were, I think, all drafted for a B sewing cup. And I'm not a B, and I'm not yet skilled enough, I guess, to make major adjustments to patterns. And to be quite honest, I don't know that I want to bother with making huge adjustments, especially in the bust area, because so many great pattern companies, indie pattern companies, draft for bigger cup sizes now, and I just prefer using patterns with those built in. But one of the free patterns that I had in my plans, the Chelsea Raglan top, was perfect for my daughter. So I made that one for her. Before I talk about that one though, I'm going to start with what I'm wearing, and that's one of the 2 finished garments I made from a free pattern. This is the Rain sweater by Styla Patterns. I had seen Tiffany from Hoosier Handmade make this. She made one for herself and a matching one for her daughter, which was adorable. The 2 of them together were just so cute. And it has this really fun ruching or gathering at the sleeve here, which I thought was super fun. But I chose the size for this based on my measurements. So my bust, waist, and hip measurements, instead of going with my high bust measurement. So I went with a size 20 straight up and down, which I knew would be good for my waist and hips, but it made it so it's a little bit big up here, and I still see some pulling at the bust, which, you know, rookie error. I should have gone with my high bust measurements and then done a full bust adjustment. But, you know, having said just before that I don't like to do those, I took the lazy route, if you will, or the easy route, thinking, you know, it's stretchy fabric, it's going to be fine. Well, it's not really fine. So the positives, though, it's a really fun pattern. It's super easy to put together. I had no issues at all making this top. I like the fabric. This is a rayon or viscose jersey I got from Rainbow Fabrics a long time ago now. So I like it. It's lightweight. It's comfy. It's very nice fabric. I like the colors. Black is definitely in my color palette, and this delicate pink is also in my color palette. What I don't like is that the sleeves are a tiny bit long, but I should have known that because I need to shorten sleeves on just about every pattern I make. And then the ruching, in the instructions, it says to gather between the 2 notches, which is what I did. But really, I should have extended the ruching past that notch, because it's all poofy here, and you can see that it, like, very strange, like really strange. And that's not what it looks like on Tiffany. So it might have been my error, or I don't know. Or it's just plain too big up here for me. I don't know. Also, the biggest hint that I would have needed a full bust adjustment, and you'll see this in the video and picture I'm going to post. I ended up with like a high-low hem, even though this top was not meant to be a high-low hem. There is a hemband in the pattern, which I chose not to make because I don't like those on me at all. But the hem is still supposed to be straight across, and on me it isn't. It's riding up in the front because I need more room to accommodate my bust. So yeah, it's not a huge disaster. It is a cute top if you ignore the weird puffiness over here. I might still wear it, or I might unpick the raglan seam here and just move the gathering so it's evenly distributed along the entire seam instead of just between the two notches. The neckband went in flawlessly, no issues whatsoever. It's super flat, and I didn't even top stitch it down. It just lies perfectly as is. The length is good if it were straight across, but the length is good. I like where it hits me. So I may revisit this pattern at some point. I don't know. I might. I might if I gather up the courage to actually make a full bust adjustment on this thing. We shall see. But it's not a total failure. The second garment I made, so the Chelsea Raglan from the Fabrics Dash store, is, I think, a huge success. I think it looks super cute on my daughter. I used a cotton fabric. Gosh, I can't even remember where I got that from. I got it a long, long time ago, and it's got this cute little gold or yellow flecks woven into it. It's a super sweet fabric. I made her a size 02. So the size range is like 02, 46, and so on. So I made her the smallest size and made no modifications whatsoever. And the fit is pretty good. She is getting a little bit of gaping in the back at the neck. And I think that was a boo-boo I made. It's got really cute pleats in the front on either side of the center front. I looked at the pattern. I was supposed to do the exact same thing in the back, and I didn't. I completely missed that. But had I put these tiny little pleats in the back, I think the fit would have been perfect on her. The length is good on her. She can wear it outside with jeans or pants, or she can tuck it in to a skirt or a dressier pants. She loves the cuffs. I really like the cuffs on those sleeves. I made the binding for the neckline out of the same fabric, so it's exactly the same weight and it lies nice and flat. So yeah, it's a really fun pattern to make, actually. The instructions aren't super detailed, but I think I'm experienced enough now that I can, sew a raglan sleeve and put a cuff on. So no, I didn't have any real issues there. So yeah, I think that one is a good one, and I will make it again for her. I have another cut of fabric that she really likes that I might make another version of this pattern with. I basically used a tiny bit more than 1 yard because I made the smallest size. I could basically fit the front and the back side by side on my piece of fabric, which was really good. So I can probably make her another one out of this 1 yard cut that I have in my stash. So I think she's going to get a few more of these raglan tops. So a 50% success rate with my So Frugal 23 makes this year. I mean, this top is not a complete loss. I may still wear it, but I'm very, very pleased with the Chelsea raglan top that I made for Marianne. So yeah, 50%. It's not bad. I would love to know if you are participating in the So Frugal 23 challenge. And if you are, what are you making? Did you find any really cool new free patterns that you didn't have before, you didn't know about before? Or did you go with a tried and true from your stash? This challenge has been going on for 3 years now. So I can imagine that some of us have a few of these free patterns already in our stash. So if you are playing along and if you are making some things from free patterns, please share what those are down in the comments. That would be awesome. All right, that'll do it for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like if you liked it and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.